the World Series.
Yep.
Just a
Jose Mesa was an Orioles reliever, and I was relieved to see him go.
Yeah, he'd relieve you all right. Jesus. But the Cubs last won the World Series in 1908, so 40 years before the Indians. That's 108 years ago. That's a long goddamn time.
40 years before the Indians was like the dinosaurs.
108 years, man.
Oh, shit.
There's like 4 people that could have even been alive on this planet when that happened.
You probably could count on one hand the number of people that are still left.
Yeah,
on the planet.
That's what I said. There's
and each one of them will go, my secret is I smoke a cigar and eat a plate of bacon every day.
Well, I don't know. Over like in Tibet, aren't there some monks that might be 120 or something like that?
They might be 62. Who the fuck knows?
I
was born in the year of the raccoon. What the fuck? What year was that?
I want to talk about some things that have happened since the Cubs last won a World Series.
Jesus Christ, practically everything but Jesus. That's what happened.
Yeah, but there's some specific things I want to talk about. For example, when the Cubs won the World Series, there were only 46 states.
Oh, my God.
Because Arizona and New Mexico didn't join until 1912, and Alaska and Hawaii, well, that was 1959. But
I don't even think they discovered Alaska by then.
18 different presidents have been elected.
Right.
And 11 amendments have been added to the Constitution.
Of those 18 presidents that were elected, 17 of those elections were rigged. I happen to know it for a fact. Alex Jones told me, in between crying about the fish man that he saw.
USA! USA!
Well, let's see. When the Cubs won the World Series, the Eiffel Tower was the tallest building in the world.
In the world? Oh, my God.
Now it's not even in the top 100.
I'm sure. Now everybody's looking at it going, it's okay. It used to be a wonder of the world. No, it is no longer any wonder. Now it is just there. It's rusted.
The tallest building's in Dubai. It's at Burj Khalifa, Burj Khalifa, or whatever the hell it is.
It's the Mia Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa's like a hip-hop artist.
I know.
You do?
Yeah, I did. I actually did know that. As a matter of fact, it was one of the few pieces of recent pop culture that has penetrated my skull.
All right. When the Cubs won the World Series, consumer radio had not been invented yet.
That's right.
Neither had coffee filters, paper cups, crossword puzzles, bras. There were no bras.
No bras.
When they last won.
It was the golden age time.
Hair dryers, hearing aids, penicillin. Penicillin had not been invented yet.
Oh my God, really?
Suntan lotion and ballpoint pens. They were still using feathers.
Feathers? Well, what were they using for suntan lotion?
They burned.
My God, who's going to put their skin out there on the beach?
Let's see. They didn't have plastic helmets yet because plastic wasn't invented.
Right, it wasn't invented yet. They had leather helmets.
Right.
Because they had invented cows.
It was 40 years, like you made the joke earlier. It was 40 years before Jackie Robinson joined baseball.
Joined baseball?
Yeah.
40 years. 40 years.
Yeah.
Well, boys, we fought the good fight. We almost got away with it.
That's the latest thing that Trump's camp put out.
So Dexter Fowler, when he leads off for the Cubs here in just a few minutes,
right?
He will be the first African American to play for the Cubs in a World Series.
That's pretty goddamn awesome.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome. Well, at home anyway.
Wow.
Right? At home. In Chicago. Because he's already played 2 games. Unless they went with the all-white.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. In game 1, he became, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, this game 3. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Okay, so well, Dexter Fowler was the first African American to play for the Cubs in a World Series the other day.
The one old guy in the stands is going to be going, what the hell? Hey!
The Cubs have made 7 World Series appearances since they won it, and they lost them all.
They always bring them along. It's like the hard luck kids. They say, everybody, wave up to. They're up there in Section 305 of the Chicago Cubs. Everybody, give them a wave.
Well, this is all that about the curse of that goat and all that stupid shit. But anyway, let's see. Since the Cubs last won it, the Yankees have won it 27 times.
Yeah, well, fuck the Yankees. I think we can all agree on that.
The NFL, the NBA, the NHL, they did not exist the last time the Cubs won the World Series.
The only reason the NBA exists today is because I just made a joke about him about 10 minutes ago.
Well, see, that made him relevant.
Right.
The Cubs have had 52 managers since they last won. The city of Chicago has won 24 other titles. The White Sox 3, the Bulls 6, the Blackhawks have won 6, the Bears won a Super Bowl.
Right.
And then they had 8 old school championships before the merger, the kind the Eagles count.
Right, yeah. They had the ones back in the day when George Halas had the only pro football team, and he'd show up in town and say, hey, you want to get 11 of your boys, and we'll get out there and we'll play some football.
Right.
Right. Now, one other thing. In that time span, the Cleveland Browns have had 964 quarterbacks.
Right.
Most of them since, 1993.
And almost as many coaches.
Right. But they're going to win this week, baby.
Dude, if they go 0-16, do they have to fire Hugh Jackson? Can you imagine?
Who would ever work for them?
Only somebody desperate to be a head coach for the first time. There's no way they're going to get anybody with any kind of great qualifications, any kind of track record. Nobody.
I'd do it.
Yeah, you would.
Why don't we put our name in the hat?
Yeah, you'd do it, but
Why don't we try? Why don't we try to get like Diva Lover? Why don't we try to get him in the running? Get an interview for him.
I would like to see Chucky go there and see if he could do something with them.
Oh, right. He's not touching that.
Nope. Since the last time the Cubs won the World Series, 14 new baseball teams have been added to Major League Baseball.
Jesus.
In 1908, Cleveland did have a team, but they were called the Cleveland Naps.
The Naps?
Naps.
Like as in taking a nap?
Yep.
Well, then that explains a lot.
They added the Detroit Tigers, Chicago White Sox, Boston Red Sox, Pirates, Phillies, Reds, and Cardinals. Now, the Brooklyn Superbas.
The Superbas.
They became the
Sounds like a car.
I know. They became the Dodgers. They moved west and became the LA Dodgers.
The Nissan Superba for 1952.
The St. Louis Browns
Right.
became the Baltimore Orioles.
Right.
The Philadelphia Athletics moved to Oakland, and the Washington Senators became the Minnesota Twins.
And then they came back
Right.
as the Washington Senators and became the Texas Rangers.
The New York Highlanders are now the Yankees.
There can be only one.
The New York Giants are the San Francisco Giants, and the Boston Doves became the Atlanta Braves.
The Doves. The freaking Doves.
So
When they run around their bases, do their heads bob back and forth real fast? you know how you can catch them stealing real easy? You just throw some bread on the ground.
Well, anyway, pretty much, a World Series for the Cubs, a win, would be like the best thing since sliced bread, which also did not exist in 1908. It was 20 years later that we started slicing bread.
There was no way there was a flush toilet back in those days. Tell you what, I would almost like to see? I'd like to see the Cubs win just so that they can get it off. But I would like to see the Cubs lose just so they don't, for one, and I would like to see the Indians win just for the Browns fans to have to deal with that.
I think they won't. I don't think the Cubs will win until they overcome their fears.
Their fears?
Yeah. I think they should do everything against any kind of anything they might believe in, like the curse of the goat and all. They should have Steve Bartman throw out the first pitch.
Right. I think that he'll be sniped. There's people that can see him from windows outside the stadium.
Then they're not overcoming their fears, John, and they're going to lose. They're going to lose.
Well, those are the things that make sports go round, Tom. Curses and shit like that.
That stupid goat. They wouldn't let that guy bring his goat into the game.
Right. I think it would be funny if they did let Bartman throw out the first pitch, and then they said, no hard feelings, Steve, and then he fucked the game up for him again in the ninth inning by getting in the way.
Oh my God! Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't care who wins, but it would be funny either way.
I know I won't. I won't be watching Game 5 Sunday night.
No, I won't be. But yeah, it's World Series or not, even if it's the Orioles, I'll watch it. But a baseball game is different than a football game. Football game, you got to watch the whole damn thing.
I would watch it, but the Cowboys were playing the Eagles, so
right.
I can't watch it. I'll watch it during commercials.
The Eagles who whooped up on the Vikings last week.
Wow.
So I wouldn't sleep on them. Schwartz is a damn good defensive coordinator.
I'm not sleeping on him, but That offensive line. That's the thing, man. That's the thing with Dallas. It all comes back to that offensive line, and I just watch them blow open these monster holes for Zeke. And when Dak drops back, he can sit there and fucking cook breakfast. Oh, I don't even want to hear it. That's all I heard from you in the beginning of the show.
That was Michael in the bathroom.
Kick is up, it's blocked. Picked up by Haley. Touchdown, Penn State. And the Nittany Lions electrify Beaver Stadium.
Electrifying Beaver Stadium is also what they used to call back in 1904 the vibrator that the doctor would use on your wife for hysteria.
That was something that happened before the Cubs won the World Series.
Yes. You'd send your wife to the doctor for hysterics, and he would basically just finger her. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a good point to leave it off, because as we know, there was no bras, so our tits were hanging way down into the, there was no hygiene whatsoever back in those days.
Boy, John, times have changed.
They sure have changed. It's a good damn thing.
All right. We'll do it again next time.
Later.
You've been listening to the Bang Cartoon Radio Hour.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You're not a loser because you dress up in shoulder pads with spikes on them. You're a loser because you like the Raiders.
Bang Cartoon Radio.
Let me inhale it all in one more time.
Yes, ma'am, still yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, still yes, sir. Pull your pants up around your waist. I don't care if I'm your mom or not.
Yeah, they still have Tom Brady, and they're still coached by Bill Belichick.
The last time I cried over football is when Tom Brady got hurt, and those were tears of joy. Your coach is a cheater, your rings are a lie, you back up from Michigan.
We care about the small people.
So long, you fetus-faced windbag.
Bang Cartoon Radio.